Monin.
Seriously? When is this war dance going to start? The sky—
Is this how long-life species live? Everything proceeds so slowly. The effect—
Relax. The Realm Keeping Commission will send boarding notices to all ticket holders. The Gazette said
I saw the schedule for the first day of the tournament. Can you believe the ringmaster accepted 4 challenges? And he's just a kid. So, who are you betting on, Bardo?
I'm betting on neither. I lost all my credits betting on Roboball games in Taikian. This time, I've decided not to rely on probability games to accomplish my target.
War dance. There you are. I heard you and Mr. Dan Heng went to meet the judges, and then a riot broke out in the shackling prison. I was so worried about you. Thank goodness you both made it out safe. Yeah, I heard them too. But I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint. The security of the Luofu is more important to me than anything else. I need to— Those tourists just want to see some good sword fight. The real challenge lies beyond the ring on the sky. Obviously, there's someone behind the scenes orchestrating.
Well said. You may be tiny in stature, but your ambition matches that of the Yao Qing's warriors.
Hey, this has nothing to do with my height.
Yes, I suggested to Yanqing that we find a place to have a decent meal. A hunter must be well fed before the hunt.
You still have a good appetite, even in the face of disaster. You truly are the Merlin's Claw. Please finish the food quickly so we can get to work, General Feixiao.
Well, that's not up to me. Dig in. I called you here so you could enjoy the
Me? This isn't the time.
Oh. You'd give me time to enjoy him. Ever since you encountered those Borison spies, you've been so busy that— Take your time. Enjoy the—
Hulei's whereabouts are still unknown, and they've even taken Mr. Zhao Cho hostage. The longer we wait—
Zhao Cho always said I'm the most impatient person among— I've fought against Borison abominations for years, and I know their ferocity and cunning well. When facing cunning and ferocious prey, the hunter must be more patient, biding their time to seize the golden chance for a decisive blow. Once Hulei loses his patience and reveals himself, that's when we'll strike.
But when will that time come?
Like I said, it's only 1 meal away.
General Hua Yan, the Skyfaring Commission has finished its preparations. Do you have any other instructions?
Representing the consensus between the Merlin's Claw and the Divine Foresight, I'll step in as the temporary commanding officer of the seat of Divine Foresight and oversee the 6 Commission's affairs on the Luofu.
What is the situation at the shackling prison?
Hulei made a quick escape and even sealed the gates of the prison. As of now, the Cloud Knights have re-established contact with the staff inside. The good news is the 2 Nameless who were trapped in the shackling prison are safe and sound.
I know I shouldn't use the word great given the current situation, but I'm relieved that he and Don Hung are safe.
We've lost contact with one of the— Don't worry, Yuko. Feixiao—
I have no doubt about General Fei. According to the plan, but now, with Hulei's work.
March is right, Grandpa.
So, Yunli.
Well,
The first are the many travelers who have come all the way here. The second party is the staff of the Xian. But of course, not the mastermind behind this Hulei's escape. The fugitive is just one piece in the game. We'll search for the prisoners.
as if nothing has—
That's why I call.
General Hua Yan.
You caught on quickly.
Miss March.
Dear child, we can't afford to have any problems during the war dance. I'm entrusting you not only with the honor of the ring, but also with the security of the Sky Splitter. Yukong, please explain to them the rest of the arrangements.
I am sorry for our improper management, and I truly appreciate your assistance, General.
There is no need to apologize. We Cloud Knights fight on the battlefield while you judges punish the criminals. We are two sides of the same Xianzhou Luofu, and it is my honor to serve the Ten Lords' commission. I've grasped the situation of the prison break. Now tell me more about the...
Borison infiltrated the prison in disguise and released the prisoners. Among the judges on duty in the 4 divisions, Judge Shui from the detention division was killed and is temporarily unavailable. So, I'm taking over her duties and commanding Arumaton spectral envoys at...
I and the 2 behind me?
General, this...
It's common for Cloud Knight Not only did the Merlin... How did the infiltrators look finding the answer to these questions?
I understand.
For a long time,
the Ten Lords Commission will support...
Dan Heng and Ling Shan. I'll need both of you to accompany me on this challenging journey.
Well, it's part of my responsibilities as the Cauldron Master. So, where would you like to start, General?
Let's start with those Borison disguised as Foxians.
My people have already prepared the evidence. According to Lieutenant Yenqing's report, he stumbled upon a few suspicious Foxians at Stargazer Navalia. After following them, he discovered that they were actually Borison in disguise. This is one of the bodies.
Looking at him now.
My alchemists detected some... complex ingredients in his remains, which might explain how these Borison were able to disguise themselves as Fox. Simply put, Foxians and Borison share a common ancestry. Although they look completely different now, there isn't much genetic difference between them. This medicine allows Borison to temporarily change their shape into that of Foxians.
So, in other words, if they stop taking the medicine, their true form will soon be revealed?
Indeed. This means that these Borison have a steady supply of the medicine within the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Looks like the Alchemy Commission is involved once. When I was sorting through the prescriptions they used, I came across one called Semblance Reversion Essence. It's designed to help those disciples suppress signs of their Mara-struck forms and maintain their normal appearance. When I compared it to the medicine found in the Borison's body...
They're one and the same, aren't they?
The medicinal properties and ingredients may differ, but the principle...
Since ancient times, the Borison have always sought to have more powerful bodies, regarding the Foxians as weaklings. Yet, in order to save their warhead, they were willing to disguise themselves as
If these infiltrators rely on the medicine to maintain their disguise... Here we are. According to the judge, this area is not yet under control, so we should proceed cautiously. I've captured the nature of the medicine in my sensor. By following the medicinal fumes, we should be able to retrace the steps of the disguised Borison. Harmony and unison. That kind of
Bloom.
May the foul stench dissipate. Quick time to cleanse the chills.
Helpless as ever. Open sesame.
Night. Stars echo. Yeah.
Never seen expand your thinking.
descends. Let the show begin. Let the show begin.
Yen Qing told me that an IPC ship was attacked.
Yes. The Artisanship Commission and Alchemy Commission. I heard the Intelligentsia Guild has been researching the biological properties of long...
Perhaps to those scholars.
No. If it were only about revenge, it was a deliberate display to showcase the dangerous nature of the cargo in broad daylight.
This skill in exploding the blind spot.
Even after suffering such severe attacks?
Harmony and unity. Their imitation of long-life species has crossed the line. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Don't let me down.
Get it together.
Open sesame. Curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a boy.
Allow me to purge the root. Yeah.
Detecting damage.
If it can still move, it means it wasn't damaged enough. Make sure it never moves again.
You haven't answered.
The reason why...
Are you suggesting... The Marshal believed that this...
Exactly. Why can Borison control the power of Moonrage? Each questioner had good intentions. To the Foxians of the Yao Qing, Hule was not...
That's why the Marshal decided to imprison...
Because such selfish pursuits in the name of good intentions.
This edition of Imbibe... By imprisoning Hule and the Xianzhou Lafu, the Marshal both suppressed the dangerous intentions of the Yao Qing Foxians and warned the Xianzhou Lafu to...
That was a necessary trade-off. The Xianzhou Alliance is not solely about the Xianzhou natives. Only when all three races, Foxian, Vidyadhara, and Xianzhou natives, form an alliance, will there be a promising future for all.
Thank you for enlightening me. Was it for the same reason that you traded off my mentor to the Xianzhou Zhuming, only to stand idle and allow the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus?
You said that I couldn't bear to cut out the malignant tumor within the Alchemy Commission, but instead exiled the healer who tried to solve the problem to the Xianzhou Zhuming. But did your mentor tell you her good intentions led her to perform certain healing arts on Dan Heng, who had just finished his hatching rebirth?
What did you just say?
She believed that restoring the High Elder's knowledge of his past life would allow the Vidyadhara to resume their duty as the guardians of the Ambrosial Arbor, quelling the strife within their clan and bringing everything back on the right path. But just as I mentioned earlier, the road to catastrophe is always paved with good intentions. Since then, the 6 charioteers decided that the Alchemy Commission would no longer have a Cauldron Master. Until your arrival now.
If that's the case, I should thank you for protecting my mentor by exiling.
Quite the contrary. I should be the one thanking you.
Thanking me?
All I ever want is to have a clear conscience. However, can long-life species truly achieve that goal in their long-drawn lives? For example, you were implicated along with your mentor, and forced to leave your homeland without knowing the truth. And now, with the complicated situation in the Alchemy Commission, the Alliance has spared me a lot of trouble by sending you to handle this challenging task. Shouldn't I be thanking you instead?
Your eloquence is in but. Let me make it clear.
It doesn't matter which side you choose, Miss Ling Shaw. At the end of the day,
these Mara-struck soldiers...
how can you tell?
These soldiers are fully armed.
The messenger named Moza did say that there were 2 groups of attackers. The other attackers, aside from the Borson...
hide their trap.
Exactly. I've engaged with these attackers before, and they used Cloud Hymn magic to hide their presence.
You once warned me to be cautious of...
What's on your mind, Miss Lingshaw?
Well, it seems that someone provided the attackers with a map of the shackling prison. And considering the Vidyadhara's involvement in the prison's construction, it raises suspicion about their role in... Additionally, the fact that the Borson need medicine to disguise themselves would suggest that there are still moles within the Alchemy Commission, moreover. Forging official identities for the undercover and presence of assassins capable of using Cloud Hymn magic deepens my suspicion about the Preceptors. Why would the Vidyadhara collude with the Borson and aid in Hulei's escape?
They aim to spread chaos. They believe that only in since this edition of Imbibe de Lune, the once proud dragon race has been powerless, watching their influence wane. Being a native of the Luofu, Miss Lingshaw.
However, I don't think the Preceptors are the true masterminds. If I'm not mistaken, the one behind all this treachery is the Lord Ravager who exploited the weaknesses within the Luofu and instigated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, ultimately leading to the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection. Fentilia.
Please remember, General, that everything I've mentioned is mere speculation.
So?
I'll send an invitation. The Preceptors have been inviting me for a personal meeting since my arrival on the Luofu. Now, I'd like to hear their
Good idea. If I were to take action. And don't worry if things don't go smoothly.
Speaking of the wolf hunt operation, I'm truly worried about the Yaoqing. May Rainbow's blessing keep him.
As I said, I'm a healer. The magic of my cauldron is its ability to make all kinds of medicines into dishes that patients...
Delicacy.
Well, you have a point.
Stuff the kid's mouth with the green peppers and...
You have quite the sense of humor. I've heard that you, Borisin, have lost many of your taste buds during the self-modification process. So you can't experience...
It's a shame I don't have any green peppers right now. Otherwise, I'd happily stuff them into your...
I'm just kidding. The answer is quite simple.
Can I just boil your tongue in this hot pot? You said that Jin Liu recently returned to the Luofu, right? Well, she did come back. But, unfortunately, do you really think you can delay on... You see Borisin as savages. The more hope you hold...
His composure is only a temporary effect of the
Lord Hule!
Oh, you pathetic Foxians. For thousands of years, we were the ones who allowed you to live, and who granted you civilization. But it's all right. As long as you catch this...
Hule. Have you ever... The Borisin's era has long passed. Now they're being crushed by the Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing. By a Foxian.
The Merlin's claw of the Yaoqing.
He isn't lying. That lowly beast...
And she